The idea that Australia's soaring property prices are caused by not building enough is one of the most confidently repeated claims in the housing conversation. It sounds logical, it sounds simple, and it gets thrown around every time prices surge. But here is the truth. That explanation is far too neat for something as complex as the Australian property market. Yes, supply matters. Yes, we do need more homes. But the relationship between building activity and price movements isn't as straightforward as some like to claim. And when you dig into the numbers, the charts, and the behaviour of real buyers in real suburbs, then the undersupply myth argument starts to really fall apart. Hello everyone, I'm Kate Hill, and if you're ready to build real wealth through smart, no-nonsense property decisions, then you are absolutely in the right place. So let's get into it. Today, we are diving into the housing undersupply myth again, because I want you to know why this is happening so that you can make smarter investment decisions with confidence. So let's break down why it's a myth. As always, we will keep things practical, evidence-based, and grounded in how the market behaves on the ground, not just in national graphs. Australia is not one housing market. I heard this so many times. It's hundreds of micro markets, each with its own supply constraints, demand patterns, incomes, zoning laws, infrastructure, buyer behaviour. National charts cannot explain price movements in Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth, the Hunter Valley, Toowoomba. Local undersupply absolutely does affect local pricing, and this is where buyers actually compete. Detached house commitments are only one part of the supply picture. Units, townhouses, land releases, demolitions, long-term infill capacity all shape supply. Omitting these creates a distorted picture that does not reflect real housing availability. More building tends to happen during booms because, of course, demand is already high, not the other way around. When confidence rises, rates fall, buyers flood back into the market, builders respond. Construction activity follows demand, not vice versa. Approvals today may not become actual homes for 2 to 3 years. Comparing annual commencements with annual price changes misses this entirely. Short-term commencements do not measure whether we have enough homes to house our population. Planning restrictions, zoning, land release programs, and migration flows all matter far more than commencements alone. If you are finding my content helpful, then please do hit subscribe, like. I share many strategies and insights to help you grow long-term wealth through smart property investing. So here's the part that gets left out. Historically, new build costs more than established houses. They reflect modern standards, materials, builder margins, and today's elevated construction costs. Now, this has changed recently, where almost the opposite is true, but more on that later. Higher new build prices lift established home values over time because buyers always compare what can I get established with what can I get brand new. When the premium rises, the middle follows. Listings are at multi-decade lows in many markets. Owners aren't moving, downsizers can't find suitable stock, and investors are holding longer. When the established market is this tight, even small demand shifts push prices up quickly. If new supply collapses, then pressure shifts back to an already scarce established stock. This is the missing link. Prices rise when migration surges, household formation climbs, borrowing capacity expands, confidence returns, rents spike, supply can't respond fast enough. Even modest supply constraints can trigger significant price pressure when demand is strong. This is exactly what we see in Brisbane, in Adelaide, in Perth, parts of Sydney, all those regional markets that we love. So what's actually driving prices? Well, it's a combination of strong, sustained demand, not enough established homes for sale, expensive new builds that anchor values higher, zoning and land restrictions, migration surges, very low vacancy rates, localised supply shortages, interest rate cycles. National new build numbers barely scratch the surface. The undersupply myth argument tries to simplify something that isn't simple. Is undersupply the only reason prices rise? No. Is it irrelevant? Of course not. Prices move because of a complex interaction between demand, local supply constraints, borrowing power, rental conditions, market sentiment, and the cost of producing new homes. And right now, Australia has historically high demand, historically low listings, and a new build sector that cannot keep pace. So that combination always and will always support upward pressure, myth or no myth. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it that you've made it this far. If you're serious about building real wealth through smart and well-researched property decisions, then stick around. There is so much here to support your journey, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.